For my project for EDT 525, I am focusing on 3 emerging technologies in education. I am looking at Flipgrid, Nearpod, and ClassDojo. So for Flipgrid, some key features are that you are able to, as a teacher, create videos and have your students create videos to respond and ask questions, have a class discussion. This is a free and an unlimited resource, and you can have students create videos that last anywhere from 15 seconds to 5 minutes. The teacher can set how long they want the videos to last. Some skills that are enhanced is having students work with technology, different devices, creating videos. It allows them to be creative within their videos, but because there is a time limit, it allows them to focus on creating concise answers to questions. Impact on education. One of the key features for Flipgrid is that it allows you to connect with different classrooms, not just within the United States, but around the world. So it helps students kind of get a better cultural understanding of people of different religions, different ethnicities, different cultures from all over. And as a teacher in a small rural district in northern Michigan that lacks a lot of diversity, this would be something that would really benefit my students. So audience and stakeholders. The audience is focusing on students and educators, is that they are the ones using the resource. Stakeholders are educators, administration, and parents and guardians who are looking out for the best interest of their child and students. The pedagogical methods, it's having students focus on visual and spatial. So they're seeing a video, kind of showing them what the project looks like by having the teacher create one first. It's linguistic verbal, because students are able to verbalize their response to a particular question. Bodily and kinesthetic, students are able to kind of be hands-on in creating this project. It can be musical. Students are able to upload even their own video or music to the project, and it's interpersonal by having students kind of be reflective on their learning. As far as some of the best features, the Grid Pals, which is the connecting to different classrooms, the fact that it is free and unlimited, and then it has a whiteboard option when creating the video, and I will show you that in just a second. But as far as some things that needs work, the computer device must have a camera. Not all computers and devices students have access to have that. And then if we're thinking about even our shy or timid students, they might have a hard time doing the assignment because it's being video recorded. So being able to record with just the microphone, I think, would be beneficial to a lot of students. It does allow you to connect your Flipgrid account to your Canvas account, but that is the only one that it allows you to connect to. So being able to connect to more of those LMS sites that teachers use would also be beneficial. And then it allows students to add emojis and images to their videos. While that might be a good thing for some students, we know that for some of them, they get bogged down in that part of it as opposed to the actual assignment. So maybe eliminating some of those features would be beneficial to students who get distracted by them. So we can take a quick look here. This is what the teacher page looks like. You can create your account and then just share the code with students. So if we click on this, I'll show you what it looks like to create a video. Let's say you wanted to do an introduction video. Go to actions. As a teacher, you could record your response. The video is going to pop up. And it's set for automatically 1:30. You can change that as needed. You'll notice it has a filters option, text, which can be beneficial for students who maybe are hard of hearing, stickers or emojis, drawing option, the whiteboard, and then adding stickers or photos. So hit record. It gives you your heads up to your start. You can say, hello, my name is Miss Lundy. Welcome to my classroom. Let's say that's all I want to say.
Start.
I hit next.
Say hello.
I'm going to hit next again because it's going to be the review part of the video. And then you take a selfie that shows on your video. So take your picture. Hit next if you like it. And then your video is ready to post. Okay. Hit submit and then you're done. So if I wanted to go back and let me see, record another response real quick, and I will show you the whiteboard option. So the whiteboard click it, hit record first. Click it and click white, and it's a complete whiteboard. So now you can draw all you want and have students maybe respond in that way. All right, let's take a look at the next one, Nearpod. So Nearpod is allows teachers to create a class for their students, and they can create review games, bell ringers, and collaboration boards within the website. And it even has teacher resources available. So it has videos to show teachers how to use the site, and there's even lessons available for free and some paid ones for teachers to use if they need assistance. Impact on education, it allows for collaboration amongst teacher and their students, as well as student to student. There's a variety of different activities that teachers can implement, and then there's even reports available so teachers can see kind of what is the interaction level with each activity that you're doing. Skills that are enhanced, it's really working on those collaboration skills so that students can learn to work together, as well as technology skills. Again, students are using technology, different devices, building those skills, which are so important in today's world. Audience and stakeholders, again, it's focusing the audience is focusing on teachers and students as they are the ones using the resource. Stakeholders, again, we're looking at administrators and parents and guardians because, again, they're looking out for the best interest and the well-being of their students and their child. The pedagogical methods, we're looking at visual and spatial because, again, something is being projected on the board for students to see. Linguistic and verbal because they're able to verbalize their responses. Interpersonal, we're looking at students being able to build relationships with their classmates. Intrapersonal because students, again, are reflecting on their learning. And bodily and kinesthetic because they're, again, being hands-on with their learning. So some things that are some of the best features is the collaboration board, the quick draw, and the teacher resources, which I will show you. But some things that need work is that Nearpod is free, but it has a paid subscription as well. So with the free resources, the number of available lessons and activities for teachers are limited as opposed to if you paid for it. Again, it allows you to connect to Google Classroom, but that's it. So being able to, again, connect to different websites like Canvas or Blackboard would be beneficial. And just in general, more options with the free service. So if we look at Nearpod, this is the teacher setup. You have the discussion board, games, review, interactive board. So I had a discussion board that I created already, so I'm going to take a look at it. Oops. Let's do the live lesson. And it'll pop up, and then you show the code to the students, and then students would respond here. It'll pop up here just like this, and then students can respond to posts made by their classmates. The quick draw, if you go here, quick launch, you can do an open-ended question, a timer, a draw, and students can, you can upload an image or you can leave it blank. If you leave it blank, they can draw, but they can also, if you said, oh, find me, a mountain range, and then they could upload a picture or they could draw one. And then let's go ahead and take a look at our last emerging technology class, Dojo. So some key features is that it has a great parent communication function by having a messaging part. It focuses on classroom management, and you're able to post directions and announcements. So skills that are enhanced is that because this is kind of focusing on classroom management, you can really hone in and really work on classroom procedures and expectations and getting students to follow directions. Impact on education is that it helps create better communication between the teacher and the guardian, but also the school and the guardian. Principals can create a school account and send messages as well. Audience and stakeholders, we're really looking at students. You could even put parents in that part since they are able to access the account. And stakeholders are educators, administrators, and parents and guardians, because again, we're looking for the best interest of our students and children. The pedagogical methods, we're looking at visual spatial. They're able to see physically kind of how they're doing in the classroom as far as behavior goes. Musical, because there is the option to have music to kind of create a calming sensation if they need to work calmly. But there's also the option for students to kind of get their wiggles out, we could say. Interpersonal, building the relationship specifically between student and teacher. And then interpersonal, having students kind of reflect on their behavior in class that day. If they were having a good day, what were they doing well? And if they were struggling, what do they need to work on? And then again, like I said, the bodily kinesthetic, it has the option for them to really be hands-on, kind of understanding maybe what they need to work on in the classroom as far as behavior goes. So some of the best features are the messaging and the parent involvement, being able to post directions and announcements, and creating groups and taking attendance. However, some things that need work is that you can only post one thing at a time. So if you wanted to post directions and an announcement, you can only post one thing. Better random function, and this is a focus on the younger grades. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is what it would look like. You can create it for each classroom. And you'll notice that when we put this up, they have like little monsters. So this is very much a younger aged focus. So being able to do something that would maybe appeal to the older grades would be helpful. You've got your toolkit down here where you can set a timer, random, group maker, directions. This is where having two things up at once would be beneficial, being able to post the directions to maybe a multi-step assignment, but then having a timer as well. That way students can always be aware of what's the next step and how much time they have left to work on it. So random function is nice. You can hit it. The only thing with the random function is that it goes through each student once before it starts to cycle through. Students learn that pretty quickly, so then they zone out after a point. So being able to truly randomly select so that students are always paying attention would be helpful. Okay. And this is where taking attendance is helpful, because if you have a student who's absent, or maybe a student who, let's say you're reading out loud, who's really struggling, you can mark that student absent, and then it doesn't select them in the random function. Now, a lot of these features you can find multiple different places, but being able to access them all in one is really helpful, which is why it would be nice to have an option for older students to use this website. Students who are older are just not going to buy into it being so kiddish. So having that ability to make it where we can have the monster emojis and it's young for those kids, but something that would appeal to middle school and high school students as well. All of these are great technologies, and they are ones that I would definitely foresee myself using in my classroom. Thank you for listening.